We'll now turn to Mark Osler, a former federal prosecutor and now a professor at the University of St. Thomas School of Law. Mark is a national expert on clemency and can provide some context around the clemency process both in Wisconsin and nationwide. Mark.
Thank you, Laura. I'd like to speak briefly about the nature of clemency and why this case is properly considered for clemency. Clemency is an ancient thing. It comes to us from the earliest laws, and it's necessary to balance out what Alexander Hamilton called the tendency for criminal law to become too sanguinary and cruel. And certainly we see that in this particular case. The framers recognized that no criminal case can be perfect, and very rarely are the imperfections in a criminal case as clear as they are in this one. And clemency has been historically for the unusual cases, for the ones that don't fit, for the ones that the legal system doesn't address effectively to fix. And you go all the way back to George Washington using it for the first time to pardon the leaders of the Whiskey Rebellion, Abraham Lincoln in the White House meeting with the families of people who were about to be executed for war crimes and granting clemency out of that good heart. Harry Truman granting clemency to an assassin who tried to kill him. And even closer to our own time, we see President Obama freeing over 1,700 people who were doing unfair narcotics time. And it's not a red-blue distinction either. This is a set of values that are embodied in clemency that are embraced across the political spectrum. Values of justice, mercy, and humility. And I include humility because it requires the humility to acknowledge the imperfections in our system, which are so clear in this case. Republican leaders, Haley Barbour and Mike Huckabee, when they were governors, granted many clemencies and were well known for that. Cyntoia Brown recently had her sentence commuted by the governor of Tennessee. So we don't see this as a conservative or a progressive thing. It's something that it embodies principles that go on both sides. The Pardon Advisory Board has criteria, and the governor is called upon in this case to look beyond those criteria. And in doing so, it connects to those deepest values of Americans of acknowledging imperfection, of knowing that there is a deep good in the balance that comes from not only seeking justice in the sense of punishment, but also allowing for the humility that allows mercy later in the process. Thank you.